Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So, okay. Yeah. Hi, Jerry. Yeah. Yeah. So, so we're waiting
Hello,
for the
everyone.
Yeah.
Hi, Jerry.
Yeah. Yeah. So we were trying to see whether we can have enough volunteers for the event. So far, a lot of people just want to say they can commit with cars and everything, but the logistics part of it is going to be an issue. You know, we might have like 3 or 4 volunteers at the most, you know. So that's the issue that I'm looking at. Yeah, because our volunteers have, um, you know,
Are
in
you
terms of
driving to
like,
Spain?
yeah. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Sorry, I'm gonna mute myself and you can start talking because I'm still driving on my way to the beach. Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm gonna mute myself so you can talk, Jerry.
Jerry, you're on mute.
I didn't hear what you said. Did Dan confirm to this call? He confirmed yesterday, right? Yes. Did Dan confirm? I was trying to call him kanina, but he didn't answer. Do you know, Wari, if Dan Jimenez confirmed for this call?
Not that I know of. I did
Hello,
not
can you
have
hear
any
me?
contact with him.
Garbled, hindi kita naiintindihan. Maybe my Wi-Fi is slow. Can you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes, I can understand you. I want to transfer hosting duties to you, Jerry. Jerry, I'm transferring the hosting duties to you because my phone is not clear because I'm actually on the road. Okay, I transferred the hosting to you. Okay.
Okay. What do I do when you transfer it? I control it in the bottom
I just
here.
transferred it right now. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Make a host. Yeah.
So we have Flo
Make a
Villania
host.
from Virginia Beach on the call. Hi, Flo.
Hi.
Good to
How's the trip?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jerry, you're now the host, okay?
There.
Yeah.
Number 569. Do you know who he joined?
It's garbled. It's garbled.
Garbled.
Yeah. Okay. Let me claim the host again, okay? Can you guys hear me now? Much better?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay. Yeah, so when Dan is here, Dan's not here, but there's no work today, and tomorrow is the earliest day we can get it. But I was thinking Landmark Mall. Wadi, what do you think of that? The Landmark Mall idea, because it can park up to 300 cars.
That's okay. The only question really is the cost. I would imagine since it's owned by the mall, that
yes,
they would ask for something, but that would be an ideal location.
Okay, yeah.
But
So,
by the way, we came from Occoquan, and my wife was looking at something, and it's supposed to be a motorcade September 19.
Yes.
In
Manassas. They're going to start in Manassas.
The assembly point is in
a school.
In a park in Manassas.
Yes, it's in a school. I'm gonna send you the. I'm gonna share this content to you guys. I'm gonna do the photos. I'm just gonna send this to you because this is the one. Can you see it? Can you see the picture?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what they're doing is that they're doing meeting in Osborne Park High School, Manassas, the big parking lot there, and then they're going to drive from Manassas, going to DC. What we can do is actually, we can just ride with but if we want to do an impact with the FilAm Voice, we can do, because we have enough cars, we can have about 60 to 70 cars, so might as well do the Trump train, from, we can do it in Manassas. I guess there's no less complaint because some of them are Trump supporters, so, or
The reason why I mentioned that is if we have to do it with our own brand, then we can check with them whether they're getting the site for free.
absolutely, I will call them tomorrow and email them and see if they can get the site for free, and if not, we can use it on October 4. Use the same venue, you know what I mean?
Because I mean, even if they charge,
Hello.
I would imagine comparatively it would be not as much as the Landmark Mall parking lot.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, yeah. Okay. Okay.
You know what? I disagree to combine it with them. I disagree to combine it with them because it will lose the impact of the rise, the 5 million Filipinos that will be doing it simultaneously with the rest
Right.
of the states.
Right. Right.
And
Yeah.
and not only that, we have already all the 7 Filipinos in the Trump Advisory Board who will be participating, who will be flying in on October 3. So I really believe that we should do a separate one, not to combine with them.
Belly, we're not gonna combine them. What we're talking about is the venue, because they got this Osborne Park High School Manassas address that can fit 300, 400 cars. They're using this as a meeting point. If you look at my shared content, we're just showing that this is
I did.
So we can find the high school near Alexandria or something and see if they can charge, if they don't have a charge, like the high school parking lot.
Also, okay, and also I invited the APA Trump. She's a colonel, Air Force colonel, and she is in Hawaii, and they're on a lockdown there. So she cannot go home. She prefers to be here. We can ask her if she can be, since she will be participating and getting people, Hawaiian people from Maryland to join us also.
Awesome.
If she can make the reservations through the Air Force, because that building, that site, the monument, the Air Force monument area near the Pentagon is controlled by the Air Force.
Yeah, there's no because it's a pro-Trump rally. Would that be a conflict of interest because of government? Not really, right?
Well, let's not speculate for now. Let him
Yes.
make representations, and
Yes.
if it's not doable, then
we go to the next.
At the same time, we check out assembly areas like the one
landmark.
that is being used
Landmark,
by this September rally.
Yes.
Because there might be a school closer to DC that if they allow that, then that would be a better site.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We can check and
out
call.
Arlington.
Arlington.
So we can check. Go ahead.
No,
we can check.
I put that in my.
Okay, we can check. We can also check schools in Washington Boulevard in Arlington. There are some schools there that we can use their ground, so we can check on that as well. So, so we should have somebody who would check those venues.
I can do that. The issue, Belly, is that I know Arlington is 98% Democrat. So if you get Arlington High School, you may not get the support of the people there. You know, like the Manassas, I think, or Alexandria, it might be possible for their parking lot. But I'll definitely try and give all these options. And then once we have that options, then I'll call for you know, if there's a possibility to get that venue and how much it will cost.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello? Yeah.
You ever heard from them again?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Dan.
Hello. Go. Hey, Dan. Go ahead,
Hey.
Dan.
I was able to recover the route that we took when we had the caravan for the Philippine Embassy, and it's all around the mall, right? Now, since you're planning to start out in Virginia around the Crystal City area, I would suggest, why don't we start out where we're going to end, which is the parking lot of the Air Force Memorial. That's big enough.
Yeah.
That's big enough, and I think it's free. We go there. That's our assembly. Then we drive off to the National Mall, and I would email you the route, which we could modify accordingly. And then we go and the same place.
Okay. That sounds like a great idea. So
Because-
what is the option one is to the Air Force Memorial, and then option two, if that's not allowed, then we go to another meeting place venue. Is that right, Dan? I have the copy there of the capital that you're doing. Place way far. So I'm just sharing you the screen right now, if you can see it.
Are you ready?
And by the way, the application for the caravan in the National Mall is online. You just fill it up online. But we have to be able to determine the route already at that point, because they'll be asking for the route.
Oh, perfect. Okay. I think that's great. I think that should be, I think it's possible. I think it's more impact if you get the Air Force Memorial, and you know, we'll if you can send me the link, then that would be great, so we can fill up the form immediately. But which name are we going to put there, Veli? In terms of the permits.
I feel extroverted now.
That should be the association, or
Yeah, FARV.
Yeah,
FARV, are we gonna, is it okay to have FARV?
Well, Wari, what do you think about, we have not registered the
Yeah,
race,
it's
the
not
5 million voice
It's not
of,
updated.
Yeah.
so
but-
let's just, can we use the race the voice of 5 million voice of the FilAm movement? Can we use that to
I mean, we're not
register?
We're not incorporated yet. I mean, it's just a theme. We don't have an
It's a loose-
organization.
Well, you
Yeah.
can check, I mean, in our flyer, you can use that. It's a loose association, but with respect to permits, I don't know if they will require an unregistered association. They may.
let me check
People
the
can call
website.
themselves ABC Association without having to register.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Dan. Yeah.
I'm just checking the website of Washington, D.C. Police Department and see if we could register as an individual or association. Go ahead. I'm checking right now.
Yeah. So I think it's do you have to be registered? It's registered, but it's a corporation, right? Are you a registered company? I think it should be fine as long as it's a registered corporate. I mean, it's you're incorporated with SEC. But if not, then we cannot use it as a company, correct?
No, no,
Wari?
we're not. We're a loose association. We're an unregistered.
Mhm.
We're unregistered
Yeah.
association.
Okay. Yeah, because either we could apply to have raised the voice or FARB as a corporation. It will take us like maybe one or two, like one day to register. You just do it online. I mean, it's not gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be an issue unless you want it all to be independent, like an individual filing for the permit. I'm just looking at. Can the Republicans do it like the Trump for Fine Belly? Do you have any suggestions?
I will call tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I will call tomorrow. But is Dan still on the line? I have a question for Dan. I
Yes.
will inquire on that tomorrow, Christina.
Yes, thank you.
Dan, how sure are you,
When she cooks it,
Danny Menes, how sure are you if the monument, the Air Force monument area there does not need any permit?
RAO.
Not sure about that, but we attended
Right, I'm working.
a function there last year or a couple of years ago. They had a concert and we really didn't have any permit to worry about. We just pull up there and park. And that was when
Okay.
there was a function going on. If there's no function going on, I wouldn't know. Okay, I'm looking at the
Okay.
permit right now, and it says, and this is for DC, right? There has to be a sponsoring organization and the name of the applicant.
Does check whether the sponsoring organization has to be registered in DC.
No, it doesn't say so.
Belly,
Just
Yeah.
Belly, you can have the
Yes, I'm here.
you can have the Virginia Beach Core Group FARB update
Yes.
the registration. It's just a matter of filing a short form and paying the fee. With
Pepe was
the
waiting
Virginia-
for you.
I thought somebody else
kept
is
telling. No, I
Who's
kept
the
telling
president
Pepe, and Pepe said, "I'm just waiting for Wari," and he said, "He's just waiting for you." So yeah, it seems like he's not doing it. He wanted everything to be spoon feed. Huh?
Who is the president now?
He is the president.
Did they make the change or not?
I don't think so.
Oh, it's the chair.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't think he did because he kept saying he is waiting for you, but I'll double check because I already got, I did fundraise for him, and they cannot open a bank account for FARB if it's not registered. So probably it is registered. Because they cannot open an account. I wish he is in the
It was registered
online with us.
It was registered, but I don't know if last year if they paid the fees and the annual report. I can check on that one tomorrow.
Okay.
No, we
Okay.
could put the name of
Thank you.
I think we could put the name of FARB and until and unless they ask for license or anything like that, I mean, we could go with that.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
if they don't ask for
I'll
it,
look into the registration tomorrow, and then I'll tell them how much they have to pay. I suppose they have a
Okay,
treasurer. The treasurer is from Virginia Beach, right? Really?
yes, Nori Huff is the treasurer there. I did fundraising for them, and they also did fundraising for them. So they cannot open an account in the bank for FARB unless it is registered.
Yeah, I just wanted to say something, Belly. If you want, we could register Raise the Voice Raise the Voice as the organization under you, if you want that, and Wari. It's a totally national. It's like a totally different organization. It just takes one. It just take a day or two, and it will cost us around $400. But it will consistently have that. But if you don't want that, we can just use FARB if it's already registered. No problem. Just wanted to raise that point. Yeah.
Isn't it true that if we register in Delaware, we don't have to pay any fee? Somebody told me about that. What do you have you heard about that, Wari?
There's always a fee.
If you
There's
register in
always a
Delaware,
fee.
they might not approve.
You must have been told by Joe Biden.
I go by what you guys decide. You just send me an email, and then Dan, I'll help you fill up. We'll fill up that application.
No, okay.
Yeah.
I would favor that. The
Okay.
raise, yeah, in the name of raise the
FilAm Voice
FilAm
for
Voice.
Republic.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just do that. I think that's more appropriate.
Okay.
And then
I can do that.
Yeah, because they are attended. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So we're.
Because this is more than a FARB event, really.
Yeah, correct. As a matter of fact, it's being participated by the FARB. It's all participated by Filipino EPAs for Trump, and they all be coming here. So there's, except the ones from Guam, so the rest will be coming here, as far as I know. So maybe I can get some money from them to give $50 each or $100 each. Yeah, let's do it. And I'll try to get $100 from each of them to register it. So, where's Jerry? Jerry, were you able to connect? Jerry, where did he go? He went upstairs kasi malabo ang connection dito sa bahay. I don't know where Jerry is.
I'm here, but I'm having some technical problems. Can you hear me?
Jerry, were you able to connect?
What I said. I'm having some
He's upstairs.
Technical problems.
Maybe we both can use my phone here, Jerry.
Yeah. Sorry, I got lost there earlier. Pasensya na. Yeah. Can you guys hear me now? Yeah. Can you hear me now? Sorry,
yes.
I got lost there. Yeah. Yeah. So okay. If you can just let me know who are the incorporators, Wari, just send me a text, and Belly, you guys are our leaders, and that tell me, okay? And then we can have it incorporated.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Go ahead.
We can't do the parking at Air Force Memorial because there's only 18 parking spaces.
Oh, okay.
Limited to 18 spaces, it says. Parking is
So
free.
we can go to Plan B.
Yeah.
So what is our Plan B recommendations?
Check. Yeah, you were going to check the Manassas thing.
Yeah,
being
I'm
used
gonna check the used by the Lake Osborne in Manassas, Osborne School, and check another 2 schools in Alexandria. That might be friendly, and then of course the Landmark Mall vacant parking lot, which can accommodate 300 to 400 people. I mean cars.
Yeah, the only issue there, I think, is the cost. If they're reasonable, then that's ideal because it's closer.
Yeah, and at the same time, it's only the motorcade. It's just the start of the event, so it's just an hour rental. It's not a whole day. You know, maybe we can just rent it for 2 hours. You know, from probably if we start the motorcade at 1:30. What time do you think you want to start, Dan? What are your thoughts?
Midday, make it easier for everybody's schedule.
Okay, so around like 1 o'clock, like that,
Yeah.
like same as okay. All right, okay.
So we don't have
Okay,
to wake up.
so yeah. So do you think we need a permit from Landmark Mall going to DC? Because we're visiting at Landmark Mall, just have the cars there, just in case. This is just a possibility, and then go towards DC towards your route that we're gonna apply permit for.
Well, I talked to Ann Tudu today. She's a Vietnamese. She is in the Vietnamese in our advisory board. They held a motorcade rally in Falls Church. They were required to have a permit. So they applied in a permit in Falls Church. And that's what, yeah, in order to hold a motorcade and a rally.
Okay, yeah. I checked the website of Fairfax County. They allow to have that. But then if you want to create more impact, then we have the DC one. So we can get the DC permit and Alexandria permit just to where the rally starts. Correct? Or Manassas.
My understand.
Right? Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
My understanding, Christina, is that do we and Dan and do we need 2 permits? One is for the rally in the parking lot and its use, and the second is for the motorcade or the drive.
Yeah.
First of all,
will one permit handle it?
Where do you want the rally?
The rally is in the parking lot, from my understanding.
Now
No.
When we get back,
we can't do the
Huh?
we can't do the Air Force Memorial. I just checked on it. There's only 28 parking spaces available. So
Okay.
So we're going to plan B.
okay.
We're going to plan B.
what about the embassy?
So we're going to plan B.
You start from the embassy, do the rally in the embassy.
That would be
How many spots do they have?
No, it's street parking.
that would be very
Uh-huh.
difficult because people
Yeah.
have to find parking spaces to assemble, and when you assign, let's say, the order of the motorcade, vehicle 1, vehicle 2, you would likely be blocking the street, and the police likely will not allow that.
Yeah. I think I think one of we will look at our alternatives, but again, it's good to have the motorcade in DC as what Dan has planned. It's just that we cannot have the ending of ceremonies there. We have to go back to Landmark Mall, going back to Alexandria, or going back to the place wherein we are allowed to, and there's enough space to conduct the rally, I guess, with all the Filipino American leaders. Because I checked the permits. They said Alexandria is asking, do you need a stage? Do you need the mics? Do you have a sound system? They have a lot of questions in their website because apparently it's being done. So they want to make it easier. But if we're gonna have a tramp train or just motorcade around, And then, you know, at the end of the day, we can all meet in Air Force Memorial after the rally, but that doesn't defeat the purpose because, again, we want to be safe. Everybody be safe. You know, you never know right now, especially the elections are nearing. So just wanted to put my thoughts on there. But whatever you guys decide, it will be a good, you know, whatever it is, we will do it.
I wanted to ask Flo Villania, did you attend yesterday the motorcade? Did they have a permit? How did it work? Flo, are you there?
I'm here.
Because I believe.
I'm here.
Yeah, Flo, could you say something? Yeah, could you say something? Did you join the parade yesterday?
Actually,
with Matt
we're
in
planning.
Virginia Beach?
Nora and I were planning to attend, but I got a text from Nori that she was not feeling well. So,
so you didn't join. Okay, no problem.
Yes, but remember Matt told us that they didn't need a permit. Jerry.
That's what they said.
Yeah, yes, that's what they said. Yeah. I meant to call Matt to see how they did, you know, with the round around Virginia Beach, but I haven't gotten to it. I'll call him later.
Local jurisdictions may have different requirements. So even if it's not required in one city or town, it may be required in another. So we cannot rely on what happened in Virginia Beach, really. Let's say if we assemble, for example, in Manassas, if it's private property, it may not require permit. If it is public property, it may require.
Can you speak louder? I can't hear you. Is this Dan?
No, this Wari. You can't hear me?
Wari, I can hardly hear what you're saying.
All right. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, better.
Okay. I was saying that if we cannot rely on what happened in Virginia Beach with respect to whether there's permit or not, because local jurisdictions have their own requirements. So let's say we are able to pick a site in Manassas. If it's private property, there may not be a permit required. If it is public, then we can check with the city. If a permit is required for an activity that involves assembly, and then we drive away for a motorcade and return to the same spot for a mini rally. So that is what we will check, whether it is required in that city or town or district. And then my understanding is if you drive around DC, and correct me Dan if I'm wrong, that a permit is required if a motorcade of cars will drive around the mall. Is that correct? Can you hear me, Dan?
What was that again, Wari?
If a motorcade drives around the mall, like Constitution, Independence Avenue, is a permit required even if the driver and passengers do not get off cars and step on DC soil?
Yes.
Okay. So the mere fact of driving around in a caravan requires a permit in DC?
Yes.
Okay, so at a minimum, that's one permit in DC. Then the second possible required permit is at the point of assembly.
I'm thinking, since it's Sunday, the parking spaces in metro stations are free, right? So the question is, what parking space is closest to the mall that could accommodate, what, 100 cars, 50, 100 cars? so we could assemble there and not worry about fees.
Mhm.
Which metro station is that?
Since it's a Sunday.
Which
Sunday,
metro station were you thinking?
yeah. Parking spaces in metro stations will be free.
Like
Okay.
the one
Is there any particular
in Springfield, for example?
Or we could go straight to the district, right? We just have to figure out, you know, where in the district will be most number of spaces that could accommodate us.
But then you will be calling its cars. You take the, okay, you pull up and wait here, and then you call another car. The assembly really will call the attention of the police. It could, I think that might be problematic because aligning the cars would take some time. Don't you think so?
Well, we if we're parked, we designate already which car is number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. And since we are going to be a large number of cars, I would suggest we group it into 10. Because the traffic lights would cut us off. So each group, the lead, would know the route. So even though they get cut off from the group, they would still know how to proceed.
The suggestion is that on the day itself, we will distribute a route map, and people will, it's inevitable if it's a long motorcade that it will get cut off during the stops. And so the suggestion is that the motorcade will go 5 minutes below maximum speed, and that people will just follow each other, and we avoid left turns. All the route should all be taking right whenever possible.
I'm trying to visualize Dan, and I really see the difficulty, for example, of assembling 10 cars in a specific spot, followed by another 10 cars. They would be waiting until you give the go signal, right? They would just be lining up initially until you won't give the go signal until all the cars are aligned in their proper spots. And that would occupy probably a few blocks of a DC street. And that may be a problem with the police, I would imagine. Whereas if you assemble, for example, outside the Beltway in a big area, it would be more manageable with respect to aligning the cars and from beginning to end until you give the go signal, drive away.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. But we still have to group ourselves.
Yeah.
We have to group ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
10 cars, like I said, 10 cars per group.
Yeah.
Would be manageable.
Yeah.
The lead and the tail end car. The lead car will be communicating with the tail end car so that, you know, nobody gets lost in between. That's what we did when we did it in district. The lead car and the tail end car are communicating, saying, yeah, we missed the light, you gotta wait. So the lead car has to wait.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we'll be all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at least, you know, a group of 10 cars will have that impact, especially if there's several group of 10 cars.
Yeah.
Okay. Now the other consideration is, one, are we going to make noise, meaning to say there's somebody on the megaphone doing a chant? Are we going to have drums and bugles? Those are the things that we need to consider too.
Probably not in a caravan. While the caravan is going on, we can make noise when we reassemble at the launching pad area. Yeah. Oh, before I forget, and this is very important, I'll come up with a registration form that would contain an assumption of risk and a release of liability by all participants.
Yeah.
Yeah. The registration form will contain the name, the address, the vehicle license plate, and the agreement to abide by the terms and conditions, which would include the assumption of risk and release of liability to the organizers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You should also come up with a code of conduct, Wari.
Yeah, we will say we will require social distancing and the use of masks.
And just in case, what do we do if we get accosted by opposing group? Do we confront, or do we just
don't get out of the car?
Yeah. So those are the things that we need to make the participants be aware of. In Portland, they got a labo-labo.
Yeah, yeah.
So we don't want that. So
basically, since we, as you said, our permit is required, then the DC police is aware that this activity is going on. Then if there is an aggressive action against one vehicle, then they call 911.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. I'm gonna have the alternatives for the venues, and I'm gonna send you an email, and also the guidelines in terms of the shirts, the banners, U.S. flags. You know, you can get it in Amazon for cheap now. It's like $10 for a good banner, big banners right now, and it's delivered the next day. So I just wanted to say that, so we don't have a problem in terms of
what does
logistics.
the banner? How does it look like, the banner?
It looks huge. Hold on, let me just share really quick. Hold on. I have a banner here that I can share. No, this is not my phone. Sorry. Yeah. It's
like the Trump fence, 2020.
Yes.
That one?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes.
Okay. Now, how do you install that in the car? How do you tie it? Or should the passenger be holding a pole extending outside the window?
Yes. Yes.
What's the question?
Will you?
This is a big flag.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It's not like you're driving a pickup and they can tie it to a pole. But for sedans,
you can stick it in the car, like a sticker, like a big sticker in the car.
Yeah, well, what about it could be blown away?
Yeah, I'll send you the link so you can
Okay.
see. There's several options. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, guys. So I have to go because we have a dinner celebration today. But just wanted to thank everybody who came, and Dan and Wari will just get that stuff for you tomorrow. You know,
the incorporators, you just put our names.
Okay, that's not okay.
We will
That's
send your addresses,
Right.
names and addresses
Mhm.
to Christina.
Please, yes.
Really? Good.
So when you go, Christina, does the Zoom call go also, or can we still
No,
continue?
it doesn't. You can still continue. You can still
Okay.
continue.
Thank you, Christina. Just
Okay. All
to
right.
let you know, Christina and the rest, I'm arriving in Manassas tomorrow morning.
Okay, great.
So
Okay,
we
that
can connect.
sounds
Okay, thank
okay.
you.
That sounds good. Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you, Christina.
Salamat.
Okay, bye. Bye.
Have
Bye-bye.
fun.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Bye.
Oh, it's still on? Thank you. So, okay, so what are our action items?
Well, as far as permit, Christina will, first is the site. Christina will check out the Manassas area and other alternatives. And then once the site has been determined or picked, then we can check the jurisdiction. The local government that has jurisdiction over the site if permit is required. And then I suppose Dan can follow up with how to get the permit in DC for
We get
the
we got to,
motorcade.
we got to determine the route before we can do anything
Yeah.
else.
Yeah.
First, we got to determine the sponsor organization
Mm-hmm.
under whose name there should be a lead name.
Yeah.
And got to determine the route, the number of vehicles. I'm just reading in their fill in the blanks here. So the number of vehicles also is required. So we got to determine them first before we could ask for permit.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think the permit we could do that in a week or so.
In a week, okay. Because the registration may take a week. Almost.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That's good.
So
If it's only a week, then that's good. And then, okay, procurement of materials. And
that will be an individual
Yeah.
responsibility.
No, but we have to make suggestions on where we will let them know where to procure it.
Yeah.
And I suppose you would assign, like, there will be a small committee of marshals for the assembly
Yeah, we could do
to
that.
help you out with assembling the cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Dan has good friends who can help him with that, right, Dan?
I hope I have good friends.
You will be the
Okay.
commander. You pick your lieutenants.
We have. I mean,
Yeah, we're
we-
having T-shirts. I think everybody saw that, so we'll order the T-shirts. And then Jerry and I were talking about having a, what is the thing that we're,
The media plan and media guidelines.
media plan and media guidelines, so that when the media comes at the very beginning and at the very end, we have people who can talk to the media. Say some more, Jerry.
Yeah, so the whole idea with media is that our goal and intention is to shift the narrative for Filipino Americans, not only in our cities, but in the whole country. At the same time, it's also the narrative of how Filipino Americans are perceived. So two angles of shifting perceptions, right? And so we want to be perceived, and the messaging is that of Filipino Americans are active citizens. We're an awakening giant. And then second is that we are not all Democrats. Actually, there's a strong Republican voice for the Filipino American community. And so I will draft something, let's say a title, whether the title is FilAms are on fire for Trump, something like that. And then guidelines will be set on how this will be set up, how it will be perceived. So meaning confirmation with the media groups and media organizations is very important. And so at the same time, the setup itself of what posters, can we allow any posters to be brought, or do we actually control it, that it is only Philippine American, Asian American posters that will be allowed, and American flags as an example?
For candidates.
Because a lot of candidates, and this is a guideline not only for Washington, D.C., because we're looking now at possibly half a dozen, maybe more, occurring all around the country at the same time. Many candidates will of course be interested to ride on with the publicity. So will we allow their posters to be in the cars? So the thinking of Delhi is that, yeah, the candidate, if they join the motorcade, can have their poster in their car, but the other cars cannot bring it.
If they're Republican candidates,
Yes.
yes,
if they're
of course.
Republican candidates, of
So,
course.
but the thinking, worry, is that they can bring only their poster in their own car.
Yes.
Not that they will distribute their posters to the 50 other cars.
Of course. Of course. Only in
Okay, so we want the messaging and the optics to be focused on the awakening FilAm giant and making a difference as Republicans in re-electing President Trump. And so at the same time, the optics within, if there is a stage or whatever is a situation when there is a mini rally, what posters are allowed, what banners are allowed. The suggestion is that no candidate posters are allowed except the Trump Pence, and then the posters that we have of Philippine Americans for Trump and American flags. No Philippine flag as an example. So that's optics. And then in the messaging, the thinking is that there will be a guideline messaging in terms of pre, during, and post press releases. And so that the national narrative will be a focused narrative all over the country. When the local, because the local media will pick it up, the national media, mass media will pick it up, and then the messaging in the social media, as well as the videos and photos. So guidelines for that, I think, would be is something that we will draft, and we'll get your inputs that I will draft and make it happen in terms of the press releases.
And also we need to think about our banner. Go ahead, Wari.
I would think it's very important that we emphasize that we strongly support anti-discrimination, and reverse discrimination is discrimination. Yes. We oppose, we support anti-discrimination and oppose reverse discrimination, right, because it has impacted on Filipinos in institutions of higher learning. Reverse discrimination.
Correct.
Okay.
So,
and also,
so in terms of the press releases,
and if I may point
out
one thing, we have been talking about family values. We strongly support, and this has been embedded in our culture, that family is an important nurturing nest for human development. It is under assault now because the Democratic Party has embraced Black Lives Matter, that includes a provision in their manifesto that they would like to disrupt what they call a Western style family cell, to be replaced by something where the raising of the children is done collectively.
It's not the nuclear family. Yeah.
Yeah.
So my thought there is we need to discuss it. Maybe we can discuss it now. Is what are the items that will be stated in the general press release and in the follow-up press releases that may occur, And then my suggestion is that we will also have an organized interview same procedure. If the local or national media will interview, then who do we want to be interviewed? As much as possible, if we can control it, so it's not random, is my thought. Is that possible? And then together with that, is as part of the guidelines is, will we have posters of, you know, as what you said, Wari, of Filipino Americans against abortion and we are for Trump? Do we have posters like that? Do we have
maybe just in a cardboard box?
In a cardboard box, yes.
Just
yes. We are anti-discrimination. We are, and so on.
Yeah, I
so,
like that.
Do we have that? Do we have FilAm Catholics for Trump? Do we have Christian Catholics for Trump?
Maybe we can create the poster.
Yeah. So,
who made posters?
Well, as you see on television, many times it looks like it's just homemade in carton boxes that people are writing.
Yeah.
Do we want that? You know, these are the questions. Do we encourage that?
It would come across as a message from the heart if it is handmade.
Yeah, it's more effective, I think.
True.
Yeah. Yeah, and since there will be only two people riding in a car, so one can hold it on the side as you jog along.
Right. That's it. And the other idea, by the way, is that if we can have pedestrian, once we know the route, can we schedule pedestrians in street corners as the motorcade is passing? It's honking its horns, and then we have family or friends in neighborhood corners with posters, flags, and waving at us. Is the other thought? If that
would be a good idea.
If that is possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be like a cheering squad in some identified corners while we pass there. 3 or 4 people in that area.
And then an assigned videographer for that particular corner. So those are some of the questions. And so we create a citywide fanfare. If we could do that in more than one, maybe in 2 or 4 corners as we're moving along, we could coordinate it.
Yeah.
Those are the media guidelines and thoughts as of now. And then one idea, I don't know if Jing Espiritu is still on the line. Jing is the key person in Las Vegas. So we were thinking a basic storyline for the country. Oh, good, Jing. So there will be a basic storyline narrative of what we will be stating to media, both local and mass and social media. And then this could be targeted. So a title could in Las Vegas would be FilAms are all in for the president. So because you're a casino capital, right? And one idea in Los Angeles is that FilAms are is a wildfire. The wildfire. We're a bushfire. FilAms are a bushfire for what do you call it? How do you say it?
United FilAm? No.
And in Los Angeles. It's a wildfire. We're a wildfire. FilAms are a wildfire for Trump. And then in DC
area, United FilAms.
We are the United FilAms of DMV are for Trump, something like that. So these are part of the narratives and the press releases that we will orchestrate and deliver and push out starting on October 4. It's released, and for the whole next 2 weeks thereafter. Those are some of the brainstorm thoughts.
Dan, please put on your thinking cap on who are the people in that area where we can get them to do also our banner. We need to have a banner for the race, the 5 million. Do you think Edward Usita can do it
We could ask.
in Virginia Beach? Yeah.
Yeah, we could do
Okay.
that. Raising the voice of 5 million Philippine American a movement or something like that. And so these are the memes. We are creating memes and titles that we want to go viral. So we are really just starting a shifting of mindset, a cultural shifting that we want will become viral in each of the cities and in the whole country.
Just don't use wildfires and associate it with Filipinos because it may have a negative reaction in the West.
Well, the wildfire is because of the California fires. That was the thought. That was just a brainstorm because we have two individuals, Noel Omega and Evelyn Andamo.
And we're meeting with the people in San Francisco.
And we're meeting people in San Francisco next week. Maybe they could have a subtitle for San Francisco that's particular for their community and city. So that's for the local feed, but the national feed, yes?
Excuse me, I have to go. I have another meeting, 6:30. Okay, Flo.
Okay, sige. Thank you for coming.
I'll catch up with you.
And
Thank
else
you.
you want to say?
Okay.
She's from Virginia Beach.
Thank you, Flo.
Yes, thank you. I'll keep in touch.
So
Thank you.
those
Sorry.
are some of the thoughts as far as me. Yeah, thank you. So in terms of media, one idea is, Dan, how do you want to do this? Should you or do you want to assign somebody who will think of the media in the DMV area? And of course, there's logistics. And I see Jing now in the picture. So if you want to add, because I know Jing Espiritu is from Las Vegas, and they're actually doing a real march. They're not doing a motorcade. So the issues are a little different, but the narrative should have.
300. Yeah, there will be 300
Tell us
people.
more, Jing.
There will be 300 of us. Of them marching, 300 of them marching. And some of the concerns, of course, just like you have concerns in DC about, the Democrats making trouble. Yeah, infiltrating and making trouble and all that. So what I'll do, definitely we will have marshals. We're going to coordinate with the Las Vegas Police Metro to ensure the safety of the people there. Although it's a short walk, but yeah, we will have an area, Jerry, like what you were suggesting. We will have an area where we could speak and be interviewed by the media people. So most likely it will be at the front of Tropicana Hotel. I'm just not sure if we need to ask. I guess it's better. It's safe to ask permission from Tropicana. Give us a clearance that of that we'll be able to gather. Although it's not within the property per se of Tropicana, but it's right in front corner. So we'll make sure that we ask proper clearance from the authorities there.
Is
Other
that
than that, I'm sorry.
Is that owned by Adelson? Because he would be more sympathetic.
Yeah, no. It's not Venetian and Palazzo is owned by Adelson, but unfortunately, no, Tropicana is not. It's not his property. So that being said, yeah, I'm excited. We look forward to the T-shirts. Do you have the design already, Jerry?
We talked with, yes, we have a design, an initial design, and the final design we are sending out to the team tomorrow.
Yes, send us a copy. By the way, good news. I spoke with the ambassador, Jerry. I spoke with the ambassador. I left a message, actually. The number you gave me, I left a message there, and he called me back personally. So
So what did he say?
You know, I haven't asked him about us staying in his place, because the minute he found out that I was coming to Washington, D.C., he immediately warned me and says, Jing, you have to be careful. You have to take COVID seriously. We have a lot of friends that have died because of that. I'm more weary, especially for traveling. And then when I told him what the purpose was and everything, the reason why I was going there, and I kind of gave him the idea as to what we're doing, and I know he's a Republican, so he said, Jing, I will support you in whatever way I can. In fact, he wants to. I asked him if we can do a courtesy call. I will have the embassy open, but we will meet in the garden of the embassy, Philippine embassy, and of course there will be limited people only, and we'll be observing distancing, be wearing masks and all that. And then that's when he said, you know, we have some friends, dear friends, a couple of dear friends of mine and his that have passed away, and they're very young. And I just found out today from him that baby Herrera passed away, and she's a dear friend of ours.
Baby Herrera?
Yeah, baby.
Who? Doy Herrera?
The wife of Toy?
Baby.
Oh, baby Herrera.
No. Baby Herrera, the wife of Freddie Herrera,
Oh.
the secretary of Tito Doy Laurel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Secretary Baby Herrera. Do you know her?
No. It's another.
Yeah. And then there's another lady, wife of Francis Laurel, who also passed away. So anyway, yeah. So there's an invitation for us, Jerry. Okay, at the garden of the embassy, and so that's the good news.
Nice.
That's the good news I have.
Okay.
Good job.
The other good news, thank you, Jane. The other good news,
Yeah.
while we were driving back home last night, we spoke with Shirley. Shirley is the chairman of the Republican Party in Hawaii, and she is also a member of the Trump Advisory Board, APA. So she is in town. So she will be rounding up the Hawaiians in Maryland, whom she knows who are Trump supporters, to join us in the rally as well.
Wonderful.
It's probably around 20.
Yeah, she was with me last
around
night.
20 or you know. Yeah.
Perfect. Very good.
See, I was hoping that I invited her today, so I was hoping she can make it, but I think she is on her way to Jacksonville, Florida, she said.
Yeah, she just left this morning from Las Vegas. She was with me last night, and yeah, and she told me that she was leaving for the East Coast. Sounds great, Valley. Sounds great.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you, Jane. Okay. Anything else?
So today's Monday. Should we have what do you think, Dan? When should we talk again? Should we talk again maybe on Wednesday? Or if you want, Dan, I don't know if you're available, we could meet. I will be in the Manassas area on Wednesday, or I could go wherever and we could have a meeting. I don't know, Wari, if you're available, if Christine's available. because we will,
Exactly, yeah.
go through all these details that are occurring.
Yeah, I think let's give a little time for Christina to check out the site in Manassas.
Right.
And
Right. If she has if she can do that tomorrow, maybe we could talk when Wednesday.
Yeah,
And
you should be arriving there at 10 o'clock, so you have time in the afternoon.
right.
Wednesday or
So I'll
Thursday.
coordinate with Christine
Yeah.
and begin to draft something.
And
Did you
also
mention
give-
to the ambassador? Did you mention to the ambassador that we are drafting a possible proclamation from the White House? Or
Oh, yes. Thank you for reminding me. I shared that with him, and he definitely wants to get a copy. He will also try to initiate to make that the EO happen directly with the president. He has a meeting with the president, I believe, next week, or if not the president, one of the one of the cabinet officials of the president.
So let's submit it tonight.
He can convey the message to the president of what we want to happen and where it will happen. I kind of shared that with him, and so he wants to be invited there also and to be witnessing the signing of the EO if that happens. So
Okay.
Give me a copy.
So
Give me a copy so I can email it directly to him. He gave me his private email.
Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah, we'll submit it tonight. Okay. So we'll do like 5 or 6. We tried to call Herman Martyr to have a coordinated effort para madali. So we'll use our connections. So we'll see what we can do.
So can you? I mentioned your name, Veli. Veli, I mentioned your name also as one of those that are
yes,
close to the president and Herman, and give me the names of those who are rooting to have the president sign the EO. Give me the names so that he will know who they are. The ambassador would like to know. So he will be one of them. He will be one of you guys that will be initiating and getting the president to sign the EO. Lobby to lobby.
We're
the
doing
ambassador
2
is a
actions.
good lobbyist, by the way.
Yeah, we are doing two initiatives. One is for the prosperity executive order, the business roundtable for the Filipinos, and the other one is the proclamation of the Filipino Heritage Month. So there are two initiatives we're pushing. So
yes,
but I thought
you might
Congress
even say there's a third because
I thought Congress already approved.
Let me just finish that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did. But go ahead.
Yeah,
Terry.
I was just gonna say we're looking possibly at even a third one, which is to include the Filipino Americans to a pronouncement that the president is going to make regarding immigration and DACA, because the estimation is that we have our own 1 million undocumented DACA here in the United States. Sige, so we're working on that concerted effort with some, and so having the ambassador on our side will be good.
Okay, can you give me those 3?
And so when you send it, Jane?
Yeah, send me those.
I'll email it to you, Jane.
All right.
I'll email them to you, okay?
Thank you, Val.
Okay.
We'll send it out tonight. So,
okay.
Yeah, so I think it has to be a concerted effort. Just to let you know, guys, I may be flying to Portland on Thursday. So I was just hoping if we could meet again on Wednesday, even face-to-face, maybe Dan and Wari, if you're there, that would be good.
What I will do to ease Christina, I'll do a checklist, you guys, so that Jerry can bring it there, and checklist of all of this event for October and the schedule that we plan to do. So, so we're planning to invite our core leaders together on October 3rd And that's one also. What else?
And then to have a gathering of the FilAm leaders in the country. Is that what you're thinking? Yeah, because one of the thoughts I had a chance to talk with Dr. Montero in Virginia Beach is with we're all bets in for until November 3, right? But with the election of the president, is to begin to think what is the next step for the FilAm Republican leaders in the country. And so because we have this national event on October 4, one possibility is to begin to create that as a core group and then have something after elections, maybe December or January. So begin to think about that already, because Virginia Beach, for example, has another election next year in 14 months from now.
Governorship.
For governorship. Okay, so those are the things that are happening. And definitely the October 4 is a core piece that will move us into a new level of being perceived, and our influence is the goal. And at the same time, given this event, the new Republican leaders from around the country will come up and show up. And we want to be able to connect with all of them as much as possible. Especially, Wari, the young ones, the millennials, if you could connect me with your speaker from Hawaii, that young lady, that would be very important, because we're connecting in the possibility of an event, maybe in Honolulu.
Okay, I'll ask for her permission. I have to go
Good.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we should all go now. Thank you, everyone, for your time. And let's connect further.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Dan, Mari, who else is in the call? Wala na. I think it's only 5 of us now.
Let's see. Oops. Who else in the thing? I think
there's
just
only
us.
5 of us.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I can't.
Okay.
I can't
Only 5.
join you on Wednesday.
Okay, so I will connect this.
I can't join you on Wednesday,
Okay,
Jerry.
no problem.
I have a meeting at 2:00 with my core group.
Okay.
Oh, good. So my own thought is I'm thinking of creating a October 4 chat group for the key people who are putting the elements together from a national level. That's one. And then second is, should we organize, maybe you're doing this already, Jane, or maybe Dan, should we do something for DMV in terms of just a core group for this particular activities? Is one thought, because what we now have is raising the FilAm voice for Republicans, which Jane, invite everyone. We want everyone there from all over the country to be there in that one chat group. But for the specific action steps of Nevada, in DMV, in Virginia Beach, example, it's coordinating with the core groups of each city and place.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Sounds good? Okay.
Okay, you guys.
Have a good rest of the evening.
Thank you so much.
All right.
And,
Okay.
Enjoy.
Happy Labor Day, by the way.
Okay. Good night.
Happy Labor Day. You know, I went to this place, Appomattox, and I verified there were 2 Filipinos who fought in the American Civil War, and we can even get their names.
Okay.
Really?
Anyway,
Okay,
since
so bye.
it's just us, since it's just us now, I think that the rest have dropped already.
Dan is still here. Dan is. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah.
We're being recorded, just for your information.
All right. So, but with the ambassador, I was supposed to ask him if he can accommodate us, diba? at the house.
Ano sagot?
I wasn't able to ask him yet. Tumitsyempo ako, nahiya ako kasi when he said na, why are you coming here? Aren't you afraid of COVID and all that? You know, he's not accepting any invitation daw sa mga basta mga ano unless it's necessary. Until I told him what we're doing, then sabi niya, sige, sama ako dyan. Siyempre, White House yun eh, no?
Oh.
So, pero I was not able to ask him yet, but I will one of these days. I knew when he heard my name, he was gonna call me because I'm very close to him. Kaya lang nahiya ako sabihin sa kanya na pwede ba magstay ako dyan sa bahay mo sa hindi ko masabi, nahihiya ako eh.
Hindi ba
Dahil,
ano yun? It's di ba official residence yan? Isn't that an official residence of the embassy?
Official
na maraming
residence
10 kwarto or something?
Oo, maraming kwarto. Nakatira na ako doon before when Ambassador Gaa invited me.
Oh.
Ambassador Gaa sworn me in as president
Wala
of
ba
the
siyang
chamber.
Wala ba siyang personal residence?
Wala.
Doesn't the ambassador
personal
have a
residence
private
niya,
residence aside from the fish?
Yung mansion, yung mansion doon siya nakatira. Kasi government ano yun eh. Nagbabayad doon, Philippine government.
Okay. Oh,
Pero
dapat bahay ng taong bayan yan. So bakit ka mahihiya?
Yung proclamation, okay, bigay mo sa akin yung mga proclamation, mga tatlo ba papipirmahin natin sa presidente? Tatlo ba? Proclamation,
Say the question again. Tatlo?
Oo. Sabi mo tatlo.
Na tinatansya pa natin anong best approach. There are 3 initiatives, no? And they're all interconnected. One is, because the strategy is how do we change the mindset of the country and of the FilAms to be Republican, no? One is immigration, because this is the hot button for most or many FilAms.
Okay.
And so on
DACA,
immigration. So that is a statement. DACA and the Philippine DACA, 1 million tayo. Actually, the estimate is that we are bigger than the Mexican DACA.
No. Is
But
that
nakatago,
all in one?
hidden
Is that all in one paper? Yung papipirmahin sa presidente, one or tatlo?
No. Iba yon. So that is what I'm saying. Hindi ba, Jing, yung napag-usapan natin a month ago when I was there, it's still the same. We want to have an immigration statement that will shift. It's immigration, that's one. Then second is we want to have an executive order that will be signed in the White House Rose Garden, and then the same afternoon a Philippine-American Leaders Roundtable. Now, bakit proclamation? Because ang last usapan namin with Herman Martir is mas mahirap daw magpapirma ng executive order. O di ginawa namin proclamation, but once we talk with our contacts in the White House, and maybe when you talk maybe if I could have a conversation with Ambassador Babes Romualdez also, that would be good. I want to, together with you, we can discuss with him what this strategy is all about. Executive order is the desired document to be signed in the Rose Garden, if possible, with a leadership roundtable. Now, if that is not possible, the perception is that a proclamation is easier to be signed. That is the thought.
Okay.
Because
so
of the time consideration
what time
and
is
the
it?
election.
What time is it there now?
7 p.m.
It's time for us to have dinner, Jane.
Time to have dinner.
Oh, it's now Veli's cooking,
I'm making dinner for my husband and for...
Very
wow.
Yeah,
Sarap,
my husband
sarap,
wants to have dinner.
sarap naman, sarap.
Sarap talaga.
So he's probably I don't know, he might be having dinner na rin by now. So why don't we do this, Jer? Send me whatever documents we can share the proclamation to the ambassador. And then as soon as he gets it, maybe tomorrow, if not Wednesday, let's do a three-way with him. Zoom,
Let's do
parang
that.
Zoom.
Sige, you have his,
We'll
do you
do.
have his mobile phone? Do you
Yeah,
have ba niyang mobile phone niya?
I have his direct line now. He called me from his direct line.
Perfect.
So I can give him a
Good
call.
job. Yeah, let's do that.
I think,
So I'm Eastern
yeah, and
time.
we can
I'm
do a three-way
traveling
siguro
from
Zoom call pa.
7 to 10:30.
When are you
Sige,
going?
Zoom
When are
call.
you going
Mag-Zoom
to?
call
When are
tayo.
you going to the? When are you traveling? When tomorrow?
Tomorrow from 7 to 10 Eastern time, I'm traveling. And then
Okay.
there is a possibility I'm being asked to fly to Portland on Thursday.
Oh
There is a
wow.
possibility
Okay.
unconfirmed right now that I may fly to Portland. So
Okay.
for Portland, I will
Yeah.
see the
Yeah.
they
So
want
wherever
my
you
friends are saying
where will you be Wednesday?
I'll be in Washington DC.
Wednesday.
Kain na tayo.
Okay, so let's try to do the Zoom call or the WhatsApp call with the ambassador tomorrow, Tuesday afternoon, if you want. He and I have also communicated in his email, but this was more than a year ago. But so good. Let's make that connection. And there are two letters that I can send you. One is the proclamation draft. I have the latest edition, which I will send to you. And then second is there is a concept strategy paper that states the immigration initiative narrative. And then second is on the executive order, White House. So I will send both documents to you.
Okay.
And pwede mong two different statements para maintindihan niya yung konsepto.
Yes. Okay. Tapos,
okay?
gamitin natin siya
Good.
as one of the vehicle to connect us with the president directly.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love it.
Kasi
yes.
he will have an access.
Because,
Ambassador yan eh. Oh.
as an ambassador to the State Department.
Duterte finally now likes Trump and wants to do a strong ally of the United States now is Philippines. Yeah. So
mukhang yun ang last moves eh.
yeah.
Dan, are you still there? You heard that the president has given a pardon to the U.S. Marines who killed a transgender in the Philippines a few years ago. Na pardon. So these are all pronouncements of the Philippine government that is trying, I believe, to have a better relationship with the United States. So the timing could not be better. Yeah?
Agree.
And then, once Maset Jing, and Dan, if you're there, once Maset yung Rose Garden Executive Order signing, I will make inroads, and maybe with you, Jing, and with the ambassador and all our friends, will then have an invite for Manny Pacquiao to be in that executive order signing in the Rose Garden. So we want Manny Pacquiao to be there.
I also mentioned that to the
mention mo rin. Ano sabi?
Oh, good siya. Okay
ano
siya
niya?
Okay siya sa lahat. Okay siya excited siya. That's why he wants to be part. He wants to be part of the witnessing. Sabi ko, Manny Pacquiao, we invited Manny.
Okay, guys, we're gonna have dinner.
You gotta go.
I already called my husband to eat, so.
We have a waiting line number here. Dan, are you still there? Dan?
Yeah.
Dan, thank you.
Okay. Bye.
Dan Menes, Dan the man.
Hey.
Bye. Dan, mag-usap tayo bukas, pwede? Can we talk tomorrow, Dan and Jing? Okay?
All right.
Approved. Good job. You're the
All right.
man. Bye.
Good night. Good night.
All right, you see, before it gets cold,